All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps of setting up your portfolio using Google Slides. So first thing you need to do is to actually take screenshots of each one of your actual projects. So, as you go through the sample that is on here, right? You have your title page, which is just your name, the graphic design or photography, GWHS, which is George Washington High School, and then the year, which is 2023 to 2024. Now, I created a slide for each one of your projects. This is the ones for graphic design. So the first one is the Polaroid landscape. You can see this is a student's work right there. The low poly self-portrait, which is the second project we did. And notice, like with each one of them, I took a picture not only of the final project itself, but some detail to kind of show the work that went into this, so that if they're seeing it very small, they won't actually think, oh, that looks very simple. When they look closely, they could see the details, like the details of the mountains back there, the details of the bridge. For the low poly self-portrait, you can see the details of the face, all the different shapes that were created to create that actual illusion of a low poly portrait. This one is the double exposure, and then the butterfly glow, and then the pixel stretch. Of course, if you're in photography, you have different assignments. If it's a different school year, obviously, I switch it up every year, but it all applies to the same thing. So taking screenshots of your work, right? On a Mac, actually, let me first show you on a Mac. On a Mac, I would just open up the assignment, whether it was in Photoshop or Illustrator or any other application, I would open it up. And remember, if you have Command negative, it makes it smaller. Command positive up at the top, right? It makes it bigger. If you do Command 0, it makes it full screen, or at least fit to the screen. There's a few other things you could do in Photoshop, even in Illustrator. If you hit F, it just takes that part off, hit F again, and do Command 0, but this is not actually necessary. I'm just showing you a few other tricks. But anyway, Command 0 to make it full screen. And then to take a screenshot, it's Command and Shift. So you hold Command and Shift. Take a look at my cursor right here. You hold Command and Shift, and then you click on the number 4. And you can see it changed my cursor right over here into a crosshair. What the crosshair does, it gives you basically a target to say, okay, from this corner, you click and drag. Don't click and let go, just click and drag up to the bottom right-hand corner. Let it go, and then it takes a screenshot for you. Now that screenshot is gonna be on your desktop for most of you. If you changed it for some reason, just look to see where your screenshots are going. Most likely it's gonna be on your desktop. All right, I'll go back into that. But anyway, that's how you take a screenshot on a Mac. On a Chromebook, because some of you guys might be doing this on a Chromebook, and all of this could actually be done on your Chromebook. You hold Control, and this key right up here, I believe it's called the Windows switcher. But yeah, this key right here. And I believe if you hold Control and Alt, it might do the same thing where you could select a certain section of your photo. I'm gonna do something actually real quick. I'm gonna take a full screen. There you go. I just took a full screen shot of, I guess, everything in this. All right. All right. I'm gonna go back, hit escape. All right. So now, when we go back to the link, this is the link that's inside the assignment. Now, right now you can see it says view only. That's because we don't want everyone working on the same portfolio. So when you click on the link, you could only view it, but you have to make a copy of it so that you can edit it. So if you go to File up at the top left, make a copy, and we're gonna do it of the entire presentation. And I'm gonna change the name. Instead of copy of, I'm gonna make sure that my name is on there, which it already is, but if your name was John S, right? That's your first name and the initial for your last name. And under class, you want to put what class it is. Is it GD1? Is it GD2? Is it GD3? Is it photo? Which is it? You put it on there. I'm gonna put GD2. Actually, I'll put GD1. I'll put GD1. So the first name, last name initial right there, and then the class that it is, leave portfolio on there, and it's going to go right into your Google Drive. I'm going to hit make a copy. And there it is. Now you can see that I could edit any of these things. Before that, let me see if I can still show you. Yep. Before that, I couldn't actually edit any of these things. I could try to type as much as I can, but now with my John S., this is one that belongs to me. So I could change this right over here. Your full name, John Smith, right? If you're not in GD1, you change that. If the year is not 2023 to 2024, which is, just change that. All right, then all the different screenshots that you took of your artwork, you want to add those in here. So, for example, the one that I just took was the double exposure, right? I'm going to go in here, insert, image, and I'm going to upload it from my computer. And like I said, my screenshots went to my specific desktop. So here it is. I can move it. I could also hold shift and I could pull the corner. Now, this was the screenshot that took over the specific area that I selected, right? I held Command Shift and I clicked on the number 4 and I selected what parts I wanted. Now, if for some reason you took a whole screenshot, I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Insert image, upload from computer. You can see I took a second screenshot and it's everything. Now, you don't want to take one of these kind of screenshots, but if for some reason you did, you could go back and take a better one. You can see like this one's much smaller. So when you make it bigger, it's going to have some issues, right? Actually, let me see what it looks like with a slideshow. Still looks okay, but I would still take one of these kind of screenshots. But if you took a whole screenshot, here's what you could do. You could double click on it. You see it gave you that black box around it, right? That black box allows you to crop your image. So I might say, okay, just crop it right here. Crop it right here. I still have all those other parts of like my Photoshop tools, my layer palette and all that. But I'm specifically cropping it to just my artwork right here and right here. Click out of it, and now you can see it did the same thing. And again, I still have all of these things around it. If you double click, you can still expand it to the top if you ever wanted to, which you wouldn't. But there it is, and then you can make this one bigger as well. Hold shift. Now, for the one that I'm going to do, I'm going to just delete this one. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to hold option. I'm going to drag this over. And now I have two of them. The reason for this is I want to actually show some of the details as I've done here and here. You can see like I showed some of the details of things that make it what it is. So for this one, I would say the more interesting part is probably somewhere around here where you can see both the face and the actual city behind it. I'm just going to crop that part there. I'm going to crop less of this actually. The text is still on there, but I'm just going to make this bigger. All right, hold shift. And there it is. Now I'm displaying the double exposure. I see that there's a little bit of black right here. So I move in a little bit. There. Yeah, and they can see more of the detail. The idea of this is if you have your portfolio just on your Google Drive, no one is going to get to see it. This is actually something that you could display your work on, right? If you could see, I have my actual portfolio right here, and this has a lot of different things. If you wanted to get a little bit more advanced with it, I could show you maybe on another video, but in this one, and I know it's going to crop out parts of it, yeah. In this one, I could actually click on this button right here or this button right here, and it would move me from one slide to the other. If I click here, it's going to take me to my home slide, which is this one. I know you can't see all of it right now, but if you click here, it'll take me to graphic design. It'll take me to painting. It'll take me to high school graphic design examples of students. So students are in 4th through 8th grade and K through 3rd, right? And all of this is basically like a mini website that you could use or a way to display your artwork. I hope this helps. I hope this is something that for you guys that continues to grow past this class. For this project, it's just going to be, your work for this class, but later on you can add your own work. You can add your drawings and your sketches and all these other things. But again, I hope that this helps. Go through the steps and have fun.